Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyersguy. Welcome to the latest episode of the Timmy Flyersguy podcast. Right now it is Monday. This episode will be going up on Tuesday. March 25th. What's going on with me? A lot of things going on with me. Doing pretty well right now. Doing pretty well. Got a doctor's appointment coming up on Friday. Hope that goes well. I hope everything goes smoothly. Apparently, I am on a ventilator, so apparently I may be breathing a little too fast at night. So they might want to change the settings on my ventilator. I'm kind of nervous about it, but it's got to be done, you know. You can't breathe too fast. That can cause a lot of health issues. So, and also I've been having a lot of my YouTube videos. You'll be seeing a lot of hashtags from my old YouTube videos because hashtags help in making YouTube videos. So, the reason I wanted to come on here, I wanted to reminisce about the good old days and talk about why the 2009-2010 season was one of the most talked about seasons for Flyers fans, one of the most memorable seasons the Philadelphia Flyers fans remember the most. So let me explain why that was a memorable season. Because right now, let's face it, things are not going well for the Philadelphia Flyers. They have lost about maybe 6 or 7 games already, still cannot find a way to pick up a win. And the thing is, it just hasn't been a very successful second half of the season. And we'll most likely be seeing the Flyers not make the playoffs for the 5th consecutive season. And that's why I want to talk about this. Now, this season will probably not be a memorable season. The season before this season will not be memorable either. Seasons in the 2020s are not good except at the beginning of 2020. But that'll be for a different video. I'm going to explain why the 2009-2010 Flyer season was the most memorable Flyer season to Flyers fans in this generation. Well, I was part of the 90s generation, but this is memorable. The reason why this season, the 2009-2010 season, was a season that looked great in the beginning, but then things started to go wrong. Flyers dealt with a lot of adversity that season. People were doubting them. People were saying that they had no chance of making the playoffs that year. The Flyers took some drastic measures. Signing goaltender Michael Leighton after Brian Boucher and Ray Emery went down to injury. Then, another reason why it's a memorable season. The fight the Flyers had to get into the playoffs that year. They were driven. They were determined. They had the heart. To do that, and they did. People were counting them out, and they say, hey, you count us out, we're going to keep trying. And that's exactly what they did. They tried their best that season. And guess what? They tried better than their best. They went out there and gave everything they had to get into the playoffs. Last game of the season, beating the Rangers in a shootout. I know what you guys are gonna say. That I sound like I sound like Al Bundy. Like he kept talking about scoring 4 touchdowns with Polk High. Yeah, I know you're gonna say, look at that old guy trying to relive his glory. Look at that old guy trying to relive the glory days. Yeah, I am old. What's wrong with looking back on the good times in life? I feel good talking about that. Every time I talk about that season, my face fills with pride. Because that season was memorable to me. Because I remember just watching the games with my dad. And those were some of the best times I've ever had in my life. Because there's a story, a lot of stories behind that season. And Flyers gave it their all. They didn't win the cup, but it was a memorable season. It's a memorable season. And the reason why that was such a great season is because the Flyers had great players. They had great players. Look at the people they had, the players they had that year. They had Chris Connor, Claude Giroux, Scott Hartnell, Billy Lano, Danny Briere, James Van Riemsdyk. The team was stacked. They had tough guys like Riley Cote, Aaron Asham, and Dan Carcillo. They had sensational players such as Jeff Carter and Mike Richards. You cannot forget about those two. They had one of the best seasons they could have from this team. Looking back now, that was one of the greatest Flyers seasons ever. And the reason it was so great is because it was like a story come to life. A team that was doing good in the beginning, that went through the adversity, and made the playoffs. And so many memorable moments in the playoffs. Defeating the Devils in 5 games. Ian Perrier's heroic sacrifice in Game 5 in the first round against the Devils. Also, who can forget the epic comeback against the Boston Bruins in the second round, and the domination of the Montreal Canadiens in the fourth round to capture the Eastern Conference Championship. It was a good run. It was a great run. It was memorable. It was fun. It was a good time to be a Flyers fan. Unlike now where every night we go through hell with this team. Every night we've been going through hell. Last season, this team had a chance to make the playoffs. This season, not a chance. Not even a sniff at playoff hockey. So, to the players that are drafted today, for this team that get drafted in the summer, my message is to you: if you want to be a great hockey player, if you want to know what heart, determination, and passion is, Then watch the Flyers 2010 playoff run. Watch footage from that. Get inspired. Get inspired. And that is why the 2010 playoff run was one of the most memorable playoff runs, in my opinion. Sometimes it's about the chase, and the fact that the Flyers went through all that just to make the playoffs tells me that season should inspire many young talents that want to play for this team. Flyers fans, it's good to remember the good times, and that's why I wanted to do this episode. To remember the good old days of Flyers hockey. The moments that made us all cheer. The moments that made us all smile. Moments that made us tear up. And moments that made us proud to be a Philadelphia Flyers fan. I hope that one day we get back to that again. I hope that one day we experience something like that again. For all that we've been through, for all the stuff we had to endure this year, for all the stuff we had to endure in previous Flyer seasons. It's about time Philadelphia Flyers fans got a break. We're cut a break once in a while. It's about time the Philadelphia Flyers fans got a fair shake. It's about time the Philadelphia Flyers fans get cut a break once in a while. That's all we ever ask for is a successful hockey team. That's all we ask for right now. That's all we ask for. This city needs another Stanley Cup. Right now we have a World Series victory. We have two Worlds. We have World Series victories. Sixers championship. 2 Super Bowl championships. 1 Calder Cup. 2 Calder Cups. I think the Philadelphia Wings are the only team that's won several championship titles. Don't really know much about the Philadelphia Union, though, but they always seem to be doing good. Flyers only have two Stanley Cups. It's about time. Well, I don't know if it's about time, but one day I'm hoping we can get Stanley Cup number 3 here in Philadelphia. Many people that grew up in the 70s, they got to see that. A lot of people in the 80s, they didn't get to see that. A lot of people in the 90s, they didn't get to see that. A lot of people in the 2000s, they didn't get to see that. And a lot of people in the 2010s, they didn't get to see that. I love Flyers hockey. And I hope that one day things are going to change. And one day we're going to be a Stanley Cup team. One day. I can't wait for that day to come. Right now I am 38 years old. I'm almost 40. I got 2 more years left, so I'm 40 years old. So I hope to see the Flyers win a Stanley Cup at least before I turn 50. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Guys, thank you for joining me here on the Timmy Flyersguy podcast. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me here in this video. If you guys want to see a really good video of the Flyers 2010 playoff run, check out Stuart Turner's YouTube channel. He has 2 parts talking about the Philadelphia Flyers 2010 playoff run. Really good stuff. I suggest you check it out. Guys, thank you for joining me, and have a great day, everyone. Have a great day.